Where else could they go?
Okay, so grocery stores, the dry cleaners, restaurants that you go to, local restaurants. You know, again, title companies. I have a couple of those that I use. Real estate offices, phenomenal. Those guys, real estate offices and mortgage companies, those guys are more of the higher end prestige type deal. So if you sell high end cars, perfect, because those guys like to drive nice cars. It's part of their job title.
Yeah, let me go there. One more thing. So our big thing was Suburbans and custom vans, and we had a couple of real estate companies that they did their meetings on Friday. So Thursday night, I would drive a custom van to that real estate company, and I would park it there and say, "Here's the keys. Have every one of your people go through this van when they come in for the morning meeting. They can look at it. If they wanted one, just have them call me." And they would come in. It would be 100 different real estate people come in for their Friday meeting. And the first thing they would see is this big old Charade van or Regency conversion van, and they would, or Explorer, and they would all do it. And there it was, and I was the contact for it.
Yeah, that's all it was. It wasn't about you. It wasn't about you. It was about them, again.
Motivating their salespeople to get the vehicle that would be exciting.
I mean, you just, yeah, it doesn't make sense not to do it. And you have to approach it that way.
Some of y'all know people and you're not doing things for them. How can I sell more cars? That's not the question. How can I help him make himself look better, herself look better, her employees better served? How do I go in with them in mind, delivering them the best thing? How do I go in and look, if you're a married guy and you have not brought your wife, partner, flowers to her office, you're crazy. Now, the first time you bring flowers to the office, she's going to think you're guilty of something.
Yeah.
But the second and third and fourth month you do that, everybody in the company is going, "I wish my husband would give me flowers." Yeah. Somebody's going to say, "What does your husband do?" He sells cars. He's guilty. Bringing chocolates to your auntie at the credit union. She gonna pass out all the 4-pound box of chocolates. I love when your nephew brings you chocolates. It's just the simplest things to stop by and see auntie at the credit union and have her share chocolates with all her girlfriends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's, again, you're doing something for somebody else. I mean, it's not, we got to get this whole soliciting business out of our mind. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing that everybody's kind of taught. You have to solicit business. You have to, we're not good at asking for business. We're not good to say, "Hey, can you give me 10 names of your friends that might buy a car," and then call them cold. I mean, it's not in our DNA. It's not in our heart to do that. Now, dealerships will force you to do that because they don't care how you feel. I mean, they want you to talk to as many people as you can. But talking to the right people is the main difference. If I sold you a car and I said, "Hey, give me 50 names or 10 names of people that you know," and I mean, I'm calling them. I mean, I don't know if they want a car. If they don't want a car, they don't know who I am. I mean, if somebody called me like that, I'll be like, "How did you even get my number? And why are you calling me?" So it's discouraging. You're probably not going to be successful doing that. And even if you sold 1 out of 10, it's not even worth it. It's not worth your time.
Oh, and here's a disclaimer. This is not a return on your investment very fast. I mean, with your wife, it could be. But other than that, it is a terrible, you're going to think, "Oh, man, they said if I did this, I'd sell cars." It might take months. It might take years. But when the dam breaks, it's like, "Oh, I'm so glad I did this."
It's that instant gratification. It's
not there.
It's not there. You're not going to get that. You got to get that out of your mind. It took me years of grinding, of going to these charity events, of sending out these letters, of passing out cards. It took me years to even see any type of business come back. That's why people quit. That's why they give up. They're like, man, I went to this charity event 3 times and I sold nobody. Well,
Right.
because you were there looking for soliciting business. You didn't go there looking to make friends.
You're finding out about their business.
Talk about their business, and eventually those people are going to start asking you about your business and so forth. So it's, again, you got to keep doing it. You can't give up. It might take months, it might take years. Eventually more people are going to know you because of it, and that is a good thing. That's what we're after. People to know who you are, to know what you offer. Think about any successful person that has a high image in your community. The guys that are on the billboards, the guys that that. Just think about how did they do it? How did they get their name out there? And it's consistency. It's repetitive. It just nonstop. You're like, oh man, I see this guy's billboard everywhere. There's a reason for that. It's just because they want you to keep seeing it. So you can't give up. Do not give up, because that's why people fail.